We forgot one. YouTube.
Oh yeah.
YouTube is huge.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube's a lot of work because it's video. So now you have to create a video. But let's say that you're there's a lot of creative videos on
There's a reason we
YouTube.
forgot YouTube. They're going through a crackdown right now.
Well, yeah. But none of us here are going to be doing bad things on YouTube. So I have 2 YouTube channels. So I have Embrace Creatives, and then I have Detroit Art Business Institute. And for me, I provide art business education. So my workshops or what I speak about when I guest speak around the country, if they're videotapes, they're on my YouTube channel. But for artists, it's a really good way to show inside your studio. So you can videotape yourself creating something, and then you can make it fast, speed it up so it doesn't take 20 minutes to go through, and you put it up on YouTube and you gain followers that way. But it's a lot more work as this video, but even video on the mainstream is really important now too, on Instagram and Facebook. What I want talking about videos, I want to move into stories because I don't understand what stories are. So who wants to talk about stories? So stories are on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and where else are they? Where else can you find stories?
Just on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, where stories
Okay.
originated. But
Snapchat.
yeah.
Snapchat's going through an identity crisis right now.
So what's a story compared to a post? So a post, I put up an image and it's whatever the image is, and it posts and it's in that feed and it's gone in like 2 minutes. So what is a story?
So stories are more behind the scenes versus like your posts. Anything that you post, you really want it to be a good progress photo or a good finished product. Stories is completely different from that. You want stories to show like basically the down and dirty of what you're doing. It's the easiest way. Like if you're sketching something and you're having like this really hard time or anything like that, you should post that in your stories because with the way that Instagram works, stories are always in the way that they were posted. So if someone posted something 1 minute ago, you're gonna see that at the very front of your stories versus someone that posted something 30
So
or like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So it's really easy and it's timely. And the way that stories work is usually stories are an artist, all the artists I follow, it's them showing, talking about what they're doing. So you can talk about, like if you do murals, you would, as using your stories, you can also use hashtags in your stories and they will come up and for people who follow others who follow stories. So you could show the supplies that you're using if you're making a mural. You could show the beginning sketches of where it came from. You can show all of those things that you're doing, your process. And then the number one thing with stories is after you show all of your sketches and your progress and the behind the scenes and you're doing this today and all that, you want to lead them back to your post. So there's easy ways to be like, oh, this post is finished, or you can color everything except for one thing and tell them, check out my latest post or anything like that. So for me, I honestly spend more time every day. I'll look at my stories more than scroll through my feed because stories are what's happening right now. So whenever I open Instagram, I'll look at stories first and say like, okay, this is what this person's doing. Oh, they posted something new because they told me in their stories. So you then easily click their page. It takes you automatically to their Instagram page, and then you can like that post or engage with it or anything like that. And it's really easy to write back to someone in stories also because you can send them a message and it will tell them this person sent this message or this person tagged you in this story, and you now can share specific stories to your page. So if you use the same tools every time you do something and you made a story about that, you can save it to the top of your Instagram page. So anytime someone has a question about the tools that you use or the process, you can be like, oh, hey, check out my Instagram feed, and at the top it will say saved stories. So, they do disappear after 24 hours, but you can save them to your phone anyways, and if you want, you can also, if they're good, you can repurpose those in your Instagram feed or on Twitter or somewhere else. So
Instagram now.
Yeah.
You can also do highlights
Yep.
now, so then the story will just be saved to your Instagram feed.
That's
so
what I was
then-
going to say.
Yeah.
I'm much more of a still photography person. I don't usually incorporate stories, but when I do, I prefer to go Instagram Live and just use that as my video option. But yes, you can absolutely highlight stories that are particularly amazing that really capture your brand. Like I'll see people highlighting, let's say you're a wedding photographer, you might highlight a real different. Oh, I was going to say just. Oh, you're fine. You might highlight your best service, your best videos here. Here is my favorite destinations in this other story, and then go from there. And it lets you collect them at the top of your profile. So when people are visiting, they may not catch your story, but they can go back and visit your best stuff.
And when I'm in Instagram, so if I go into someone's profile, open it up, and I see these circles at the top, are those stories?
Yes, when you look at someone's profile and it has like the circle, the colored
Above
circle
the
around
squares,
it.
yeah.
And then there are little circles at the bottom.
And then they have titles, so you can title your story. Okay,
Yeah.
but they will disappear.
highlight. Well, the ones that you keep and you save in your highlighted ones, those ones don't disappear.
Okay, and
but
those are the ones that are
yeah,
end up at the top.
But the other ones that you keep in your feed do disappear after 24 hours.
Okay.
Somebody commented, I've also seen artists use stories to live stream a project, so they work on it start to finish while recording it and putting it up on social media to share with an audience.
Yes, absolutely. Great,
Yeah.
great strategy.
Yeah, and that's great. And what you can do is when you're videotaping that. So can you save? I think so. So like tonight we're doing Facebook Live, and then I'm going to save it and throw it up to you. Can you throw it up to YouTube? Can you do the same thing with Instagram? Can you save the video on your phone because it comes in
I want
through
you
your
to
phone?
use their platform to record.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can, so after you finish your Instagram Live, you can save it to your stories where it will be up there for the 24 hours. But after you make it on Instagram, you can't save it like to your phone like you can with using like YouTube Live. You can save it in Facebook Live, and I believe Twitter, like their live platform, Periscope.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think that's what it's
Periscope,
called.
okay.
Yeah. There's, I believe you also can save it like when you're done, so then you can use it other places. But Instagram's is only, the live's only good for the 24 hours. I'm not sure if you can you add it to your highlights. I haven't
I've
tried
actually gotten way better traction on Periscope, and I never announce my Periscopes ahead of time, and I'll get 30, 40 people into the Periscope randomly,
Wow.
but not on live, or not on stories.
Not on stories, not on. Oh, interesting.
There are also some people that will do live streams on YouTube and Twitch, and they'll be working on art or they'll teach a class.
Yeah, and of course YouTube just stays forever, and you could make YouTube private, you can make it public. If it's private, then you send someone a link and then they see that. Let's hold off for a minute. So who has questions here? We've gone through a lot of
I
stuff.
have a question. So, what's your opinion on Instagram of trying to get featured by different pages? Like some will say, hashtag us and maybe we'll feature you.
I think it's your personal choice. It definitely is one way to grow your network. If someone is, I do follow a lot of those. I've been following a lot of lettering things lately. So like daily lettering, they do feature a lot of other artists who use those hashtags. So that is an option if you follow someone and an account and they're like, if you use this hashtag, just one thing is just make sure that you understand what their rules are, because what you post on there is yours, but if they're saying if you use this hashtag you're agreeing that we can reproduce this or use it somewhere else or anything like that. But one easy way too, if you want to share someone else's work, way that you can make sure that you don't get in trouble is if you send them a message and you just say, listen, I love this, can I repost it to my page or anything like that, and just if they say yes or no, if they say yes, then go ahead. If they say no, then I would just say not to do that, because then they can, come back later, because it is their work. So
And tag them.
Right.
yeah.
Anyone?
For the hashtags that you can look up, the name of the hashtag.
Hashtag was Keyhole. Keyhole. There's probably a few others that you can look up.
That's just the one that I found to have the most.
Yeah.
I personally, it's good to get an idea of what types of hashtags are good, but then I go onto the platform itself and I type in hashtags, and I see on that platform how many people are looking up those particular hashtags.
Yeah. I have another app for storing hashtags. It's called Tagsdoc.
TAGS.
DOCK.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's an Android app. I know it's for iPhone. And
Sounds fabulous.
you can set it so it links to your Instagram. So when you're typing in,
Yes, tell me.
let me know that I do it right now.
TAGSDOCK. Tags doc. So it stores the hashtags. For the hashtags, do you put in the hashtags that you want to use?
Yeah, you put them in, so like you could use the app that you were talking about to research.
So you could use
and then
Keyhole to research
and put your favorite ones in there, and you can put different categories. So
Okay. Oh,
say
that's really important too.
you have,
Categories
like,
for
say you're an
hashtags.
artist and a designer, you can have design hashtags and you have art hashtags. So I'm just putting a random thing in, and you start putting your caption.
Uh-huh.
Hit the little like global
Yeah.
icon, and it switches over. There we go. It switches over to your tag stack keyboard, and so you can put. They have all these different ones, and
Love
then
you.
you have love. So
That's what I'm doing.
Click the
Yeah.
heart one. So I've got ones for abstract. I've got follow hashtags, and so I can click, and then I have all these saved.
That's really, really helpful because I hate Instagram. Because I don't like to be on my phone.
Yeah.
I want to be on my computer, my 15.5 inch. I'm a painter.
Exact
I need a big canvas. I want to be on my little tiny phone. And so I have to go into notes and I have to create my Instagram and then pull all the hashtags into this separate note and then copy it and then put it onto Instagram and upload it.
And it's a free app.
And it's
If I can use my computer and just use my phone, I would.
oh, see, and I'm like, no, I like my
Yeah, I'm too
yeah,
lazy to
I like my
find
keyboard. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so, no.
I do. When you said something about repeating hashtags, that really caught me. Sometimes I'll put artist, homemade, it's the repetition. How often can you do it, or how often should you not do it? That really.
I would say it depends on how often you post. Like if you post every day,
Yeah.
then you definitely shouldn't use that same repeating
So you can do it in
series.
a couple days.
Okay,
Yeah,
if you switch
yeah,
out
if you switch it,
some
because
of
yeah, I'll
them.
have some of them that I'll do some that's like, I'll do like Detroit artist sometimes, then the next day I'll do something that says Michigan artist or something like, just simple. So if something like that, if you, like one day I'll do something where I put just icon, because if I'm doing like icon design, so I'll put just icon, then the next day I'll do icons with an S. So it's like, you just have to figure out how to work your way around those so that you're not using the exact same ones every single time. I think as long as you have a list and you mix those up, you're fine, but it's if you're using the same ones day, like every single day, and you're only using those ones. So.
Natalie, are there any other questions?
It'll give
Live
you
stream.
a way to save.
Anyone else have questions on Facebook? Go ahead and ask them because we're going to do that now. We may go into one other thing.
Someone just asked what that app was, and so many times tags that.
So it's TAGSDOCK. Is it? So it's just on your phone.
So yeah, it's
But right now it's
so
working.
once you install the app, you don't ever use the app again. You just do it through Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
it's the keyboard. It's like a keyboard,
Yeah, so
right?
it's like
okay,
the
like
keyboard that you add,
the GIF keyboard.
So,
Okay.
and
so you can have different. So if you want like Monday hashtags, Tuesday hashtags, you can even do it like that.
and right now we know it's for iPhone. So go
I
into.
don't know if it's for Android.
We don't know if it's for Android or not. So good luck. What I want to talk about now quickly is third party. So third party applications that allow you to post online. So you're not going onto Twitter and then leaving Twitter and going onto Instagram and then leaving Instagram and then going onto Facebook, but it is a one place where you can upload your content in one place and it goes to different platforms. So tell us what you like.
So I actually prefer the most recent one that I used was Buffer. I used Buffer for probably the last 2 years. I've also used, I like Buffer the most versus Hootsuite, because with Hootsuite you have different streams, so it can be a lot, because if you're following like artist streams, so
Pages
you,
on pages.
yeah, pages and pages. With Buffer, you only see what your actual schedule is. So if you Buffer, you can do it on the desktop or you can do it from your phone. So if you say, with keeping posts consistent, and if you're trying to keep that, and you say every Monday through Friday, I want my post to go at 11 a.m. So the easy thing with Buffer is that you put your post in, write whatever you're going to write in there, and then you can hit schedule next, and it will automatically take it to the next time that you've already decided you want your post to go. So it's really handy because you can connect it to all of your pages and Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. It won't post to Instagram for you, but it will send you a reminder to tell you. Yeah, it will be like, Buffer will tell you, hey, it's time to post your Instagram. Like, that's what it will do. So I've found it to be very helpful. And the only downside I find is that with using Buffer, you can't have a video and a photo as your post. You have to do one or the other. So you can do a bunch of photos and schedule that on Facebook and Twitter, or you can do, like a bunch of videos, but you can't mix those different mediums together when you're scheduling through Buffer.
I happen to use Hootsuite because I'm not a social media strategist, but you can delete those streams.
Mm-hmm.
So I have what I posted and what I've scheduled.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's
Hootsuite
it.
is perfect if you're just getting into scheduling content.
Yeah.
Because it's very straightforward, it's very simple.
And it automatically uploads to Instagram. Auto upload. As long as you are a business on Instagram, it's
I personally, I love Sprout Social.
okay.
That's also really good.
Sprout it's not perfect, no platform is, but it is by far the easiest on the eyes.
Okay.
They have a very great design overall. They're actually rebranding or redesigning their dashboard right now. So it's a lot of information all at once on their front page because they give you all of your, or I shouldn't say all of the data you would ever need, or data. They give you a lot, however, demographics, who's interacting with your post the most, like right there when you get into the content. So there's no way you're going to miss out on your audience demographics if you're using Sprout Social. And they now have Instagram pushing as well. What I really like about Sprout Social is as a content curator, I post articles to accounts as well, and they let me tie my Feedly directly into their platform. And Feedly is a RSS platform that allows you to collect different magazines or newspapers or content sources without having to go to, let's say you need to post news a lot. Like I have, with a particular client, I need to post a lot of health news. So I don't want to go through Stat Health, Washington Post, New York Times, everything day in, day out, constantly. It will let me categorize and organize my news sources. And then with Sprout Social, if you already have a Feedly account, you can tie them together. You can also link your Bitly, linking your link shortening app or application to the platform and use it all together to build your post right there in the platform.
I use Feedly because I post articles because I'm an art business consultant. So I post articles for my designers, my photographers, my artists, my fashion designers, and I pull obviously from that content. So I'll go through once a week, but I upload it. I grab the link and I upload it because I use Hootsuite. So it doesn't go directly to Hootsuite, but it does go to other social media. So I think what I'm going to do now, we're gonna do some networking here in-house. So I'm going to say goodbye to the live feed, but before I forget, thank you so much for live streaming with us. Yay! Don't forget the hashtag is EC Think Tank. So if you want to post on Twitter, if you want to post on Instagram, please use that hashtag. It'll be great because other people that haven't been able to join can kind of see what we're talking about. Remember too that I'm doing a wholesale how-to workshop this Saturday, and next Tuesday is a webinar. The Saturday is here. So if you're interested, you can go to www.thedabby.com, get the information, or email me, and sign up for Embrace Creatives, the launch list, and just thank you very much for following. So thank you.